Okay, Tim, man, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thanks for having me,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, dude. So just to kind of give everybody who's watching and listening, what do you do right now as far as entrepreneur stuff goes?
I'm currently running several online stores and mostly dropshipping. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Maybe putting out a little bit of content. Wrote some case studies about how to start an online business from scratch. They were published on Oberlo blog. So yeah, that's what I do.
So what kind of stuff do you sell?
Um, it really depends on the store. I really like to create stores which are very deep into niche. I don't have any general store. So, for example, I have a sunglasses store, watch store. Um, very. I still have a fidget spinner store, which may sound weird to a lot of people, but they still sell. So I sell several items. But for all product group, I have one store.
That's pretty cool. So you've got a whole bunch of different niche ones. How do you decide on what to sell?
I just start. Honestly, I used to be super. I did a lot of research when I started, but then I figured out that all the research work, because it takes several days, could be a lot of waste because you only know if your business works if you actually start your business, right? So I just go by gut feeling and say, okay, maybe this works, maybe not. So yeah, I just start. I see a product and then I just jump into it and figure out if it actually can work.
That's super cool. So all you do is you just start, just run with it. If it doesn't work, try some different things, switch maybe some marketing stuff around, or try a new product.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I read this line in a book from Tim Ferriss, which changed my mind. That just because you started didn't mean it doesn't mean you have to end it, right? So there's always this option you can quit your business, and it's not something like don't give up mentality or something like this. It's the whole big picture. You're still building businesses, is moving in the right direction. Then it's not a shame to quit businesses if they don't work out in the end.
Yeah. So what made you I'm not too sure. I'm not actually too sure how you got started doing all this stuff, starting these stores and getting involved with Oberlo specifically. What kind of brought you to that point in your life?
Actually, I really thought that I invented dropshipping. It was like, which I obviously didn't. It was, I think, a couple of 6 years ago. I stumbled upon matcha tea. It's Thai green tea
Yeah.
from Japan, and I really liked it for personal use. And then I thought, okay, why not build my own brand? Because all the brands that were available were into this, yeah, very girly, stylish stuff. And I thought, okay, I'm a dude, and I want to have a cool brand,
Yeah.
like with cool logo and black cans and stuff like this. So I just give it a try. I reached out to a supplier in Germany, like it was the market leader at that time, and I said, okay, could you create a custom label for me? And I sent you customers for free, and then I get a little bit portion out of it, commission based. So that's what we did. We set up the agreement, and I really said, okay, this is a cool business model, right? So it was dropshipping. I didn't even know that it's called dropshipping. And then I just started and figured out the way that there's a massive community in dropshipping, that it's even easier with Oberlo and Shopify than it was to reach out manually to the suppliers. So that's how I got started. So actually by coincidence.
Yeah. So you were in drop shipping before you even knew you were in drop shipping.
That's right.
So 6 years ago, you started the matcha thing. Were you selling online, or were you just doing like pop-up shops or going to markets and stuff?
It was online.
It was all online.
This was the time when I figured out that, or when I saw that there's something like Shopify. It was like I didn't use Shopify in the beginning, but I realized there is a platform like this. So, but I couldn't figure out how to integrate it. So I paid a lot of money on developers to create an online store to push in all the products and stuff. So that's when how I started. Like super basic, super simple, but it worked.
Yeah. Was that through the years, maybe 6 years ago, or 6 years ago, or even sooner than that? Has this always been kind of like your side hustle, like just doing it on the side while you do your main job and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm still working 9 to 5 because I was like when I was a teenager, I signed a 12-year contract, and this included that I can't quit for the next 12 years.
Yeah.
And I'm 29 years old, and I still have 1 year left in my 9 to 5 job, and then I can be a full-time entrepreneur. So, but you could say it's super bad that I can't quit, but honestly, I think it's some kind of cool because it makes me like it forces me to become more productive, to don't waste my time because I'm very limited on the time resources, because I have to work at night and very early in the morning. So yeah, I'm some kind of grateful for still working 9 to 5.
Yeah. It kind of teaches you how to work hard. Totally.
Absolutely, and in the beginning, it paid my bills, right? So
Yeah.
my business didn't make any sale until 2 years in. So I couldn't really rely on the business I was building back then.
2 years. It took you 2 years.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
smokes. That was the green tea, the matcha?
yeah. Like it was, and all of a sudden I had a sale, and I was super excited, and I felt like I'm instant rich, which I made a profit about one euro back then. So it was like nothing.
Holy smokes. Do you think doing stuff like that is conceivable for most people who also work 9 to 5s, like to do it completely on the side? If they're working really hard, can most people who are just starting also do that? Do you think?
I think, yeah, absolutely. Like, obviously, I don't have kids. I'm single. I don't have any big, like, I don't have any big responsibilities in my life. So it's maybe easier for me than like for a single mom. But there's still time. Like you always have time to work on your business, but you have to sacrifice your free time, obviously. But if you really like to build a business and not only do it for the money, because this can be super frustrating, especially if you don't make any sale in 2 years, you will get frustrated, right? If you don't make any
Yeah.
money and you're only chasing for the sale. So I really liked building the business. So that's how I kept my motivation. But it's definitely possible for everybody, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that if you don't love the process, then you're never going to get that goal, right? You're just going to be chasing dollar bills. You won't get there. So you've been doing this for a while. What are some notable struggles or failures that probably could have stumped you, but you pushed through? What were some things that you noticed that were kind of troublesome?
Actually, I received a lot of hate comments from friends, or I thought they were friends, and also from my family, which is not very nice, to be honest, because I pushed out a YouTube video or several YouTube videos back then to promote the matcha tea thing. And even now, being a YouTuber or something is very weird, but like 6 years ago, it was even more weird, and people thought that I'm kind of crazy and I think I'm a superstar or something like this. So people all of a sudden behaved very strange, especially behind my back. Yeah, but this stuff hurts. But yeah, I pushed through, and now it worked out for me.
Yeah.
Which is funny because now those people telling me that they always supported me, and yeah, it's weird sometimes.
Yeah, that's how that works. Don't listen to the haters, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit younger than you. I'm 23, but to other people my age or people who are even younger, do you have any kind of like little advice, any tips or tricks for people who want to start? Maybe just in drop shipping because that's what you work with mostly. But do you have any kind of tips or advice to anybody starting out?
Absolutely, like just start. It's there are so many tools which can be used for free or have a great free trial. So you don't even have to spend any money to get started. And if you, for example, let's take Shopify, 14 days free trial. So you don't even have to pay for 14 days to test out your complete business. And honestly, if you're saying that you're a hard worker and that you sacrifice a lot of things and that you really want to do the hard work, then if you can't make a sale in the first 14 days of your business, then the business probably will never make a lot of sales. So I think it's the very first step for all entrepreneur, doesn't matter the age, is to just get started. Don't overthink the whole process. Don't think about your payment gateways or if, I don't know, if an influencer can accept cryptocurrencies for payments or something like this, right? Just keep the basics and learn the roots of marketing. And then just work your ass off for 14 days.
Cool.
You probably will make a sale. Like, just learn it and don't be ashamed to quit the business and start a new store and do it all over again, because you learn along the way. So my advice is to just get started. I know it would be cool that you say some sexy words, like some motivational stuff, but in the end, it's just get started.
No, I like that. It's the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is there anything maybe not motivational, but any kind of, like, say, books you're reading or mentors you work with or people you follow that you actually get lots of great motivation from, or something you learn from a lot? I don't know if you're reading a noteworthy book right now or something.
I used to read a lot, but nowadays I'm struggling with finding the time. Maybe it's lack of priorities anyway. So I could really recommend I think it's the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. I don't know from who it is, but it's a very good read. It's about marketing in general. It's like super old, and it's a recommendation actually from Tim Ferriss. And it's very, very deep into marketing. And if you read it carefully, you really understand how marketing actually works. You don't get any practical advice on what you can do in your dropshipping business, but you get a sense of marketing to really get a feeling.
Yeah. Do you think learning marketing, like, pretty well is important when you're starting some sort of dropshipping business? Probably mainly like Facebook ads and stuff. Do you think when you're just starting, and you said you should be able to make a first sale in the first 14-day trial, how important is marketing in that sense? Is that pretty much all the work?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, your store could be, you don't have to be a designer. You just pick a template and then just keep the store simple. The customer don't care that much in the beginning. Sure, you won't make $1 million in the 14 days, but that's not even the goal. Marketing is everything you have to learn in the first days. And you said Facebook marketing. Facebook ads can be pretty tough and pretty tricky in the beginning, especially if you have never worked with it before, because first off, it requires money. There's no doubt about it. You can't expect to make a lot of sales by just setting up those famous $5 a day ads. You really have to spend a couple of $100s, if not thousands, to really understand how the whole ecosystem around Facebook ads works. So what I would always recommend is to do direct marketing, to reach out to your customers or to potential customers directly, whether it's Instagram direct messages, on Twitter, on Snapchat, or direct messages on any other platform, Facebook groups or whatsoever, to really get in touch with your customers, personally involve them into your business, ask for feedback, and just talk to them to get a feeling of who your customers actually are, because then later on you can build on that and grow your business. But that's what I would always suggest, to start with direct marketing instead of those hyper marketing stuff, which obviously Facebook ads can be.
Yeah. Wow, that's really good advice, man. So if somebody wanted to take the next step, so after you've made a couple of sales, maybe you've done some direct marketing, what would be the next step after that?
Really depends on in which niche you are. Most people tend to directly spend every money they have into Facebook ads, try to build a lookalike audience and stuff like this. This can work, yes, but you still have to know who your customers are. I would always recommend to keep up this stuff which works. Like, let's break it down. let's say you work 5 days a week, 4 days a week, you only do what you know what works, right? There's Instagram direct messages is the thing for you, and you made a couple of sales with it. Then just keep to it and think about ways on how you can multiply your effort. For example, this could be hiring a virtual assistant or working with a bot, which can help you in this case, or just figure out what kind of people were mostly attract to your messages, and then find more of those people. And on the fifth day, you can try something new, like Facebook ads and stuff like this, and then learn the whole process, learn the ecosystem around it, and then figure out why you're making money on the other 4 days.
Yeah, that's like a good step-by-step plan for growing and just getting a little bit bigger. So what are you working on right now that you're really excited about? Is there anything you wanted to share? What are you working on right now as we speak?
A couple of things. Some are not I can't speak about, but I'm about to start a new case study. This one will be slightly different, something I have never done before, and I'm super excited about. I can't tell you what kind of product it is. It's still dropshipping, but it's definitely different, and we'll get more into the direction of a real brand to really show what else is possible with dropshipping.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how this works out in the end, and also I'm trying to build a small community to help young entrepreneurs, or not even young, but who have just started. I tried it a couple of months ago, but then I lost interest because other things came my way. So now I'm trying to build a Facebook group and stuff like this, and I will also be also have an online course. But yeah, that's what I do, and I also have a new online shop. Okay, I'm just saying this to let people know how awesome the internet actually is. So when I published the case study on Oberlo, the second one, one influencer with a couple of thousand, it was actually above 1 million followers, reached out to me because he read the case study. He said, okay, can we do business together? And now I'm flying to Spain, and we're talking about how we build an online brand together with him. And so he said, okay, I don't care about the idea. I bring in the followers and the audience, the reach I have. And also his girlfriend has a couple of million followers on Musical.ly and stuff like this. And I bring in the business advice and the business experience. Then we're getting together and pushing it out. So that's what I'm very excited about right now. And this is, I'm only saying this not to brag or something. It's more like the case study was for free, right? So I didn't charge, Oberlo didn't charge any money for it. And this is what happens if you give way more value. Like if you give unexpected value to your customers or whoever you want to reach, then you will get 10 times back at some point. So you don't always have to charge for something. And this, if you're smart and think about this in the context of e-commerce, then an incredible blog post. If you really put out great content or even an interview like you do, for example, then you will get 10 times back your effort, which will be definitely worth the shot.
Yeah, that's super exciting, man, about that. So that was, if you don't mind me asking, was that the sunglasses? Can you say?
Yeah, like it was you mean the case study I published when he reached out to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the sunglasses. True. That's cool. For people who are watching and listening that don't know that Tim wrote, it was 3 case studies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 3 of them. So you did like a pretty much a step-by-step, like detailed guide on how you started these dropshipping business. One made, was it the chokers? You had 3 or 8 sales, I think. It was
I think it was $200.
Yeah.
But the purpose, it's not that much money, but the purpose was to figure out how much money can you make without spending any money.
Yeah.
So I didn't spend any dollar,
So
no
that's
custom domain, no ads.
Yeah,
nothing.
$200 free right there.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the sunglasses you pushed, was it 8,000 or 4,000? I can't remember.
Then next step was the watches.
Oh, the watches, yeah.
Which was 6,617, something like this, in less than 8 weeks. And then the next one was the sunglasses, which made almost 9K in just 1 month.
Yeah, that's amazing,
so,
man.
And it's actually the way I see it right now. It wasn't planned. It's some kind of complementary products or case studies. So when I wrote the first case study with the Joker one, it was like around $200. And the budget for the next case study was around $300. So you actually could have take the money from the first case study, put it into the next case study, and then take the profit out of the second case study and put it into the third case study. And it worked all the way. So, which means that you actually didn't have to spend any money to build a store which makes 9K per month.
That's absolutely amazing. Do you encourage people to follow your case study step by step and create kind of a same style store?
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe not the exact same products, but
oh, they can. I know several people who actually one by one copied what I did on both case studies. Actually all 3 now case studies, and they're making sales. The best, I figured out, someone sent me, I think 2 days ago, sent me a screenshot, and he already made, I think he's 2 weeks in, already made 5K.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and he actually did exact same copy of the sunglasses store. So the stuff works, and he did the same Facebook advertising stuff. So I'm pretty pumped that someone actually took action and now find success. So that's I'm super excited about this.
And I think that just goes to show it's even more proof that dropshipping isn't a dead kind of model of how you can make money online. I know there's always been, those controversial videos you see on YouTube, like, it's 2018, dropshipping's dead, nobody's buying shit off AliExpress anymore. But I mean, this right here just shows you that anybody can do it still.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's like this just clickbait video, right? Some people on YouTube just want to have clicks on their videos for obvious reasons. They get paid for it in advertising anyway. So, but it's still a profitable business model. Sure, it's way more competitive than when I started, but I still build new businesses. They don't make that much profit anymore with the same effort, but it's just how it is, right? Yeah. So you have to adapt to the current world and situation. So instead of thinking, okay, how can I build a 6 or 7 figure store from scratch? You can try another approach, which is, okay, why don't I build just several stores, like 10 stores, for example, run them with the help of virtual assistants, and then I can reach the same revenue goal. But instead of just have 1 store, I have 10 stores. You only have to figure out how you can make it work for you.
Yeah, that's super cool. And what's one thing that you, for people who are dropshipping with something like AliExpress or basically with suppliers that are overseas, how do you tackle those long shipping times?
2 ways. First off, like being super open upfront, right? To tell your customers that it takes some time. That they won't complain. And there will always be people complain about anything. Now, whether shipping, quality, or whatsoever. I figured out that it's, at least for my business, maximum of 10%. And this is top level. People complain. This was when I sold tech gadgets, which came in very often very broken. But usually it's about 5 to 8% of people complaining about shipping time. But if you actually reply to an email where people ask when the product arrives or something like this, and you should be super nice and offering a refund in advance. Most people don't even want to have a refund. They just want to have information on how long they have to wait. So it's not that kind of big topic. I know a lot of people are afraid of it, but the vast majority of people who are afraid of those complaints about their long shipping times are mostly people who don't have a lot of sales. So it's just an assumption. In the real world, there are not that much people who are actually complaining. And even you can also integrate an app in your Shopify store where your customer can track their orders. So
yeah, cool, man.
It's not that kind of a big deal, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. I just like being more upfront. I think as long as people have the information there, then yeah, what do they have to complain about? They already know. They knew what they were getting into when they ordered the product.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, we're coming up on 30 minutes here. Did you have any, I don't know, parting words, anything you want to shout out to anybody watching?
I just get started, guys. So if you're really keen to build a business, dropshipping is the way to go. It doesn't have to be your end goal, but it's definitely a great way to start. It doesn't cost a lot of money. You just need very little money, if any. I like talking about upfront cost. I only recommend to test order the products to figure out the quality and just get started. Build your online store, learn the very basics of marketing, maybe even read my case studies. I can highly recommend them, obviously. And yeah, so just get started.
Cool. Awesome. And I'll link some the case studies below, I guess, in the description and post them on my profile and stuff. Cool, man. Well, thank you so much, Tim, for taking the time to do this little thing today. I hope everybody found some value in it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah.
Was a real pleasure.
Yeah, cool, man. Awesome. We'll talk to you later.